Success is no accident. It is hard work, perseverance, learning, studying, sacrifice, and most of all, love of what you are doing or learning to do. Everything is practice. There is always someone out there getting better than you by training harder than you. The more difficult the victory, the greater the happiness in winning. Success isn't determined by how many times you win, but by how you play the week after you lose. A team is not made up of isolated individuals. Always stay in the game. Don't be passive. Football is a team game. No one plays alone. Success depends on your whole team being a single unit. Most important is be a good man. No individual can win a game by himself. Great teams are not made up of many well-rounded players. Great teams are made up of a variety of players, each having their own strengths. Football is the only sport where you put people together. It doesn't matter if you are rich or poor, or black or white. It is one nation. This is the beauty of football. Everything on earth is a game, a passing thing. We all end up dead. We all end up the same, don't we? Football is the best, is the biggest sport in the world. I was born to play football, just like Beethoven was born to write music and Michelangelo was born to paint. I played futsal growing up and bored. In futsal you need to think quick and play quick, so it's easier for you when you move to normal football. I don't believe there is such a thing as a born soccer player. Perhaps you are born with certain skills and talents, but quite frankly, it seems impossible to me that one is actually born to be an ace soccer player. I want to do my best to make the people happy. I play with my heart for the sport. Brazil eats, sleeps, and drinks football. It lives football. The head talks to the heart, and the heart talks to the feet. Football is like a religion to me. I worship the ball, and I treat it like a god. Too many players think of a football as something to kick. They should be taught to caress it and to treat it like a precious gem. If you don't give education to people, it is easy to manipulate them. George Best was the greatest player in the world. Sport is something that is very inspirational for young people. If I pass away one day, I am happy because I tried to do my best. My sport allowed me to do so much because it's the biggest sport in the world. A penalty is a cowardly way to score. When you control the ball, you control the score. You must respect people and work hard to be in shape, and I used to train very hard. When the other players went to the beach after training, I was there kicking the ball. Enthusiasm is everything. It must. Every kid around the world who plays soccer wants to be Pele. I have a great responsibility to show them not just how to be like a soccer player, but how to be like a man. I don't think I'm a very good businessman. I act too much with my heart. The level of football in England is the top. English football is the leader in the world. I sometimes lie awake at night and wonder why I am still so popular, and to be honest, I don't know. Of course, my father was a soccer player. He used to play very good. Then, when I was young, 8 or 9 years old, 10 years old, I just want to be like my father. The bicycle kick is not easy to do. When football stars disappear, so do the teams, and that is a very curious phenomenon. It is like in the theater in a play where there is a great star. If the star is not well, the whole cast suffers. The biggest family in the world is football, because football has more associates, and FIFA, for example, has more associates than UNESCO. No doubt I am earning more money with my endorsements than I ever earn playing soccer. Always when I come to the field, I try to do my best for other people. Considerable research on successful soccer players and their developmental history affirms that a good percentage of them have spent time in isolation, working on soccer skills. Everyone talks about the forwards, the players, when they are scoring goals. But sometimes I look for the complete player, not just the players who score, but those who can pass. If you ever want to be a decent player, you have to be able to use both feet without stopping to think about it. Wherever you go, there are 3 icons that everyone knows: Jesus Christ, Pele, and Coca-Cola. The first World Cup I remember was in the 1950 when I was 9 or 10 years old. My father was a soccer player, and there was a big party, and when Brazil lost to Uruguay, I saw my father crying. People always ask me, when is the new Pele going to be born? Never. My father and mother have closed the factory. When you play against dirty players or very tough players, it's easy to escape because you know what they're going to do. But when the player is tough but intelligent, it's much more difficult. When I was playing, they said soccer was a man's world and women should remain on the sidelines. All I can say is I'm glad I never had to go up against Mia Hamm. We're not great friends, but I admire him. If he thinks he's the best player of the century, that's his problem. Brazil, always they buy from the United States. The first who was sell to the United States was football. It was with a homosexual. I was barely 14 years old. But let's be fair, I wasn't the only one who did it. He was a man in Boru that all our team visited. The World Cup is a very complicated tournament. 6 games, 7 if you make it to the final. And maybe if you lose 1 game you're out, even if you're the best. Nelson Mandela was one of the most influential people in my life. He was my hero, my friend, and also a companion to me in our fight for the people and for world peace. Let us all continue his legacy with purpose and passion.